I get a lot of people asking me questions around shooting video in the real world. What equipment do they need to buy? What sort of big camera do they need? What kind of lighting do they need to get? And truth be told, when I'm out and about, a lot of the films or the videos that I shoot are on smartphones. You don't need SLRs, you don't need tripods. You can achieve a video using your phone because it's not really about the tech, it's about the quality of your video. Here are a few simple tips to help you make video on your smartphone that can be easily edited into a more memorable and meaningful video that you will more likely look back on. Number 1, always shoot landscape. There are so many videos that I watch or I'm supplied with that are shot in portrait and it looks horrible. Always turn your phone to landscape. Your TV screens, your computers, your tablets, anytime you watch a YouTube video or a film or a television show, it is in the landscape format or 16:9 format, so don't shoot in portrait, please. If you upload a portrait video, you're gonna have these silly black boxes on either side and it will limit your scope of what you can actually capture. So what's the golden rule? Shoot landscape. Number 2 is frame your shot. The most dynamic shots contain movement, whether it's you holding the camera moving or if there's something in the shot that's moving, or if you can achieve both, that's even better. When I was on the set of a feature film in America, it was a very low budget film. They didn't have a lot of money, but they have built a dolly, which is basically a tripod that tracks along tracks. You get these nice moving, smooth images. It was only a few meters long because that's what they can afford, but because they used it, it made the film look so much more expensive. And that's the same principle you need to apply here. Just because you don't have expensive stuff or expensive equipment, you can still make it look expensive. This example in Melbourne, I liked the look of Flinders Street Station across the street, but instead of just filming a building which bears little context, I decided to add in the trams, the people, the cars in front. It adds dynamism, creates multiple objects in the shots, it adds movement, adds greater context of where you are, making it more relatable, and adds culture. Watch any Steven Spielberg film and he often displays multiple lines of action in the one shot. Also, when picking your shots, know your light source. If you're shooting outside, obviously your biggest light source is the sun, so make sure you're not filming into the sun, although you can create a pretty cool lens flare. If it's overcast conditions, then that is actually perfect. It's like having a big softbox across your world. Number 3 is stabilizing your shot. Now, the great thing about smartphones these days is a lot of them have automatic stabilization. You can shoot a video while you're moving and your phone will automatically stabilize it for you. It won't be perfectly smooth, but it also won't be jittery either. Here is footage I shot on top of Scafell Pike in the UK, walking on jagged rocks, which was less than smooth, but when looking back at the footage, it is easily usable and watchable. Plus, the handheld style is much more accepted these days, particularly when you're traveling, because it adds a sense of realism and personality to your footage. And of course, you don't always have time to stop, set up a tripod and film something. If you want to, you can use a selfie stick, which is very stable, but you can use your hands as well. Just make sure that you, as the camera operator, are also as stable as you can be. Number 4, less is more. One of the most important things is picking your shot. Time and time again, I see people film literally everything they see. Just ask yourself, when are you ever gonna sit down and watch all of this endless footage back? I remember seeing someone in the queue of the Transformers ride at Singapore's Universal Studios and she filmed the entire 40-minute queue. Why? As such, pick your shots. Opt for few very good shots of something in particular. Plus, you also need to experience whatever it is that you're filming, not looking at everything through your phone, because then you're missing the experience. And number 5, finally, is narrative. This is probably the most important part, whether you're filming a trip, having a day out, or going to a family event. Having some sense of narrative will really help you make your video so much better than everyone else's. It'll give you a strong sense of what to film and stop you from filming absolutely everything. Even if your narrative is simply just a chronicle of the day, it gives you a linear timeline to work with. If you know you want to edit together a montage of shots of you traveling, then take the most dynamic shots that you need that will play over music really, really well. They can just be a few seconds long, but make them really good shots. Or if you want to narrate directly to the camera, i.e. a vlog, make sure you know the things that you really want to talk about. You can't have everything in a video. Keeping a sense of narrative in the back of your mind will give your filming some foundation. So if you have a smartphone but have no filming equipment or filming experience, you can make something fairly dynamic. If you have any other questions, I'd be very happy to answer them. Make sure you put them in the comments. And if you enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up, because I'd love to produce a video around basic editing techniques so you can take these amazing dynamic shots and putting them into something really, really cool in a finished video format. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that out. And until next time, that's a wrap.